You know why she's giving this speech, don't you? You know why she's giving this speech, because she got herself in some trouble. She got herself into some trouble. Here's how. So more emails are coming out. It's kind of amazing how this is happening. First off, we learned that there are 30 Benghazi-related emails which were recovered from her server. And ladies and gentlemen, they were not included in the batch that she turned over to the State Department. I know. I hear you all gasping from shock because you thought that she would have turned all of that over. Nay, you are incorrect. That's Sarah Jessica Parker's favorite word, nay. Also Ann Coulter's, I'm told. Anyway, FBI has recovered 30 deleted Clinton emails involving the Benghazi attack. This coming from The Hill and every other news agency. Approximately 30 of the 14,900 deleted emails recovered by the FBI from Hillary Clinton's private email server may involve the 2012 attack on Benghazi, Libya, State Department lawyers said on Tuesday. An undetermined number of those 30 emails were not included in the cache of 30,000. Well, how is that? Did she just forget to wipe that off her server with that little cloth? I wonder if it was a microfiber. You know, I was just curious, you can get a bunch of them at Target, but I don't go to Target anymore because of the bathroom situation. So they've recovered 30 of these deleted emails, and now they said that they weren't in the batch that originally was turned over. And then, the New York Post comes in with the assist. The headline is Clinton emailed classified information after leaving the State Department. Well, what? She continued, fam. She continued sending classified information even after leaving the State Department, the New York Post reported this morning. On May 28th, 2013, months after stepping down as Secretary of State, Hilldog sent an email to a group of diplomats and top aides about the, quote, 123 deal with the UAE. But the email, which was obtained by the RNC through a FOIA request, was heavily redacted upon its release by the State Department because, drumroll, it contained classified information. Well, how is that possible? Because she said that she never did any of those things. She couldn't have lied because Hillary Clinton is incapable of lying, like she's incapable of wearing anything but a Kim Jong-un coat. The markings on the email states that it will be declassified on May 28th, 2033, which is pretty far away. And that information in the note is being redacted because it contains, quote, information regarding foreign governors and because it contains, and I quote, foreign relations or foreign activities of the United States, including confidential sources. Wow. And she sent them to a bunch of people that did not have the classification or the clearance, rather, to receive such classified information. Now, she's believed to have sent way over 2,000 emails that contained at least some classified information, which is 2,000 more than she said she didn't send. Oh, it's amazing how that works. It's really kind of crazy. But now, this is what we're dealing with. So, of course, I can see her. She's in Cincinnati. Of course, I can see her immediately wanting to get out ahead of this. I can see her doing that. I just wish that these stories somehow got a little bit more media play, because my concern is that with Trump going down to Mexico, everyone's going to be talking about that. And these are legitimately huge stories. Is this still like reckless? Because I know that's what the FBI said. Oh, well, she was just reckless. She was just reckless. Is this still like being reckless? I'm just curious about all of that. Hilldog. She didn't intend to. It was a total accident that she sent all this stuff that was marked classified. It was completely an accident, you guys. Let's go ahead and kick it into Quick Five.
It's a quarter after the hour and time for Dana's Quick Five.
So many things to get into. A new UC Davis Center is going to research gun violence. I can't believe someone is going to pay for this. The state of California is dedicated to studying gun violence. Yeah, they've created that. They're going to try to come up with some sort of research to blame law-abiding gun owners when the $10 million CDC report, which was commissioned by President Barack Obama in 2013, already discovered that concealed carry was
Hey friends, and a pleasant good evening. Welcome to Lions Live here. My name's Skip Dreibelbis, and a special new host for our program here anchoring is Jimmy Kennedy, along with Big Dude Stephen Davis and Yaacov Yisrael. And First night back here, and let you know it's technicalities again, snafu us getting a good start, but a new season of Penn State football here, and we're really excited to have Jimmy Kennedy here with us to anchor things with us. So we'll jump right in. It's the fastest hour of college football. We're talking Penn State here on the only network built by the players for the fans. Join us at lionslive.com. Friend us on Facebook. Watch us there as we stream live, and also send us your messages and things through Facebook, and we'll actually get your questions, comments on the air here live. But real quickly, we want to get started. We have a lot to cover here, but a special welcome to Jimmy Kennedy, the great one of the few people at Penn State who's been a star here in the NFL, winning a Super Bowl, and we're so thankful to have him here anchoring our program and for a great future at Penn State with us on Lions Live and the Forever Lions Network. So, Jimmy, welcome aboard.
I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. You know, my boy Yaacov called me up and said he wanted me to join him, so I had no choice. Anything for that dude, man.
Hey, I just want to say, man, I had the privilege to play with a lot of number one draft picks, and Big Grizz was the biggest first one draft pick that I've ever played with, and I'll bet he's one of the best. So it's an honor, Big Grizz, to be with you again, boss man.
Definitely, man. I'm looking forward to I got my sideline passes. So I'm looking forward to standing on the sideline this year with you guys and enjoying a few games, hopefully a few home wins.
No doubt.
Excellent. It's going to be a great time here, and I even look for more forward to Jimmy with you getting hopefully getting back this way on a permanent basis to jump right into this and take the helm here and move and advance what we're doing here at Lions Live, folks. For those of you who haven't ever picked up on what we're doing, we thought to this idea of having a program where players only would host and develop and produce the whole program, where you can get a perspective from players. You know, we're not the personalities out there. We're not necessarily paid professionals or anything like that, but you know, we all spent some time wearing blue and white there on the sidelines and in the games, and we want to give you the best possible perspective at Penn State. Not the stuff you read in the newspapers, but insights to what the game's really like, what it's about, and you can only get that from players. So we're so thankful for Magnum Broadcasting for having us and having the vision to allow us to be able to come on here and do this. You know, each and every year it seems like it gets better and better and better, and having great guys who played the game like Jimmy, Yaacov, and Big Dude, it's going to get better, and future generations coming on board as the years go by as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun here, and we're thankful. And we might as well get started here. Where do we go, guys? It's been since fall last year. The national championship went through. Recruiting's taken place. Preseason's gone by, and here we are coming up to a game here already. So we got a lot to cover. So where do you guys want to jump in?
Well, I mean, I think a good place to jump in is you kind of take a look at where we're at now, Skip. I mean, I would say it looks like there's 16 returning starters we have on the team. We know that last year we finished with a solid finish. We did lose in the Tax Slayer Bowl, hard-fought loss to Georgia 24-17 last year. And of course, there were some departures. Christian Hackenberg departed, and we also lost a great defensive line for the most part. That was a starting defensive line. Austin Johnson, Carl Nassif, and now, of course, we have some folks that are back, and we also have our skill players that are back. We have a new quarterback, Tracy McSorley. I think there's 16 returning lettermen. So I think off to a good start. Some of the returning lettermen are people like Shaquan Barkley, Chris Godwin. And Chris Godwin, by the way, he was all Big Ten second team, and all Big Ten honorable mention also was Marcus Allen, Jason Kabinda, Grant Haley, and Deshaun Hamilton. That really excites me to see those type of people back. 6 people on offense, 7 people on defense, 2 on special teams, 1 that became captain this year. Glad to see a lineman has become a captain this year, Brian Geyer. So when we take a look, that's what we have: 16 returning starters, 40 lettermen, and I just would say, hey, let's talk about what we have coming back and what has happened since somebody like Hackenberg left early, and what does Trace McSorley need to do? And a quarterback is an important position to grab this team. And then who's really going to be the quarterback on defense, both Yaacov and Jimmy? The changes in the defensive line. Did they play enough last year to have an influence. You know, Kabinga, is he going to continue to be who he is, or the return of Naheem Morton-White is back? It is a tremendous return. And Brandon Bell, I think the only thing we got really snubbed at in preseason for the most part, I think we're back to linebacker U again. And I think the defensive line with Sickles and the rest of those guys coming back are underrated. Does anybody want to jump in terms of what we have coming back and where we ended last year, what has changed, and what do you think about that?
Go ahead. Yep.
No, you got it, Grizz. You got it.
I think for me, what I'm excited to see is I'm excited to see how Coach Franklin, which direction he's really going to take this program. You know, the longer he's there, the better. You know, the more talent he's going to get. You know, the better guys going to do out there. Like you said, we lost a lot of good guys last year, but I think this year we have a number of young players that's going to come in there and really make an impact. I'm not sure if we could win the Big Ten. Definitely, I don't see us win the national championship. But I think between all the sanctions and stuff that we had in the past, that I'm glad to, to start saying that, I'm a Penn Stater again and so on, because guys is really, I'm looking at the passion. I'm looking at what Coach Franklin is doing. Like, I saw videos with the locker room and the new stuff that they have. The guys are really passionate about it. And he's making it fun again to play ball. And if you out there and you're having fun, it doesn't feel like you're when you're having fun, you can go out there and you can win. And I think because of all the things that he's doing, because he's earned the guy's trust and stuff like that, I really think that that's going to help them, build their camaraderie and so on. And I think they're going to have a great year this year.
Nice.
Yeah, I would like to add, I'm with you guys. Being a high school football coach, I'm looking at a couple things that we got. We got a new offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
We got a new O-line coach. We got a new D coordinator. We got a new quarterback. We had one of our JUCO O-linemen, big dude, from last year. He's now the second string right now as of the kickoff. And then
so Paris Palmer, he's getting beat up so far.
Yeah, he's not starting. He's not starting.
Oh, come on, big cuz, man. You gotta do better than that. Come on, big cuz, man.
So then we also got a new D coordinator. So we got a lot of variables right now. But at the same time, though, Kent State has never seen our offense. The only thing they can really look at is our spring game, or maybe some Moorhead film from Fordham. So they're not going to really know how to defend us, the first game. So I feel like, we are definitely in favor for the first game, but we do have a lot of, we got a lot of questions that we want to figure out the direction. So, I do think we got some variables, that we gotta fill in. Kent State has a couple players defensively. They got a defensive end that was ranked 7th in the nation last year, and also a safety that was ranked 4th in the nation. But at the same time, they don't know our offense. So I think first game was good, but we just gotta, we just want to see how all these things are gonna fill in. Who's gonna be our star? Obviously, we know we got Barkley, but who is gonna? How is this offense gonna move the ball, and how are we gonna stop Kent State?
Yeah.
Some great points, Yaacov. What I look forward to is really seeing what's going to happen with the offense, because I kind of have this sense that, I think Joe Moorhead, he brings a lot to Penn State. Being from the Pittsburgh area, that's a big help with recruiting for guys from the western part of the state, and he's had a successful career there. But I think he's going to try to protect the quarterback. I know we're running a kind of a run and shoot type style offense where the quarterback's going to be optioning things here and there, but I don't think he's going to let him try to keep him from getting too many hits, because we just don't have the depth to have guys take hits and run that risk like Christian Hackenberg last year. One guy goes down and we could be in some trouble.
Yeah, right. I definitely agree. I mean, I think that what we have going on now is, Skip, and looking at some of the things that we've all been blessed to get the information that we got. For sure, we now have an offensive line, and we know they struggled in the very beginning last year. I mean, one thing that can happen, and if you all saw, first of all, probably one of the sickest losses of my life I've ever seen was that loss to Temple last year. So, as a Penn State fan and a former player, I am looking forward to that game and to see how our men respond to that. But, I think that offensive line now, I think there's been a combined, 91 starts that we've had. So we've got game experience under us. We've had our butt kicked. We've kicked some butt. What we need now is consistency. To have a 1,000-yard rusher last year. It ought to say something if you had a 1,000-yard rusher and you weren't able to pass as well. So I think the difference is, too, Trace McSorley is a different type of quarterback than Hackenberg. You're looking at a guy that also, besides even to run and shoot, the guy can run. So we're going to protect the quarterback, but I think hopefully what I saw when I saw him come in was a different style. We'll be able to use Trace McSorley more as a weapon, where he'll run out of situations. He's going to expect to run. He's going to know how to administer a hit also, more so than I think take one. So I think I'm with you, Skip. But, the guy's got a football uniform on there. Let him play and let him make some plays, because he's got to make some plays with his legs. And that's what Coach Franklin's offense is really designed to do. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how this offense that came from Vanderbilt, how it really works. With Hackenberg, it was kind of a hybrid because he had that type of quarterback. I think that we're much more experienced up front.
That's real. That's very true, Stephanie. And I could maybe see him being a kind of a hybrid Tebow type of quarterback. Not the size of a Tebow, but the ability to be able to scramble and run and make some plays, and hopefully and try to avoid the hit after he's broken something loose, known enough to take not take the hit. So
right, especially inside the 20. Especially inside the 20, you got to make some plays. Good quarterbacks in the NFL. And hopefully, like I said, like this kid, I don't want to talk about the NFL hardly at all, but you got this kid Dak Prescott for the Cowboys. I can't wait to see what he's going to be able to do this year, and then how long it continues. And that's what's happening. That's what the NFL wants. They want these dual threat type of people. Hackenberg with the Jets, I saw him. He looks like he's struggling a little bit. He looks like because you've got to be able to combat with these tremendous athletes who are also outstanding football players. So,
I don't think we should take shots at Hackenberg because, the Rams still got golf out there struggling. He was the first overall pick. For me, I'm not even taking any shots at him. What I'm saying is, to me, it could be, and there's something later for another conversation. It could be an argument another year. I think that what we're talking about is we're not talking about protecting much. With him there, I felt like we were protecting certain things, and people might have been a little bit more gun-shy than this year. Like you said, I'm back to what you're saying about the fun. And my thing is, you're not putting that on anybody whether you didn't have fun or not. I think that there's a lot less unanswered questions in this camp than I see the other ones, other than the quarterback. I think, like you said, there's young guys that can play, but let's just go play. Let the quarterback be an athlete. I think this one, the first game, obviously outside of scrimmaging and stuff like that, we have to get our young guys used to seeing a different color jersey. So I'm looking forward to seeing, Barkley carrying the ball a lot. And I don't want the coaches to be a little bit, like gun shy with our new quarterback. He's a sophomore now, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. So I think this should be the game to test his arm out to see him, because we can't have it, just have him as a reserve, not really making big throws and stuff like that. Especially when we play big games like Ohio State and Michigan and so on down the road. So I think that this game we definitely have to rely on Barkley to go out there and carry the load for the most part and just make smart decisions with our quarterback. Put him in a position to where he can gain confidence. Because when it's all said and done, when you're on the field, you're not thinking freshman, sophomore, senior, and so on. He's a football player. So let's put him out there and let him play football.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Well said.
Yeah. If I could add something real quick, I just want to look at our schedule this year. Okay, because we lost some teams, we picked up some teams, but the bottom line is we got Iowa, we got Michigan, we got Ohio State, and we got Michigan State. basically 4 teams that were ranked in the top 10 last year. So we got those 4. And then we also have 3 teams outside of the Big Ten. So this year we have Kent State, Pitt, and Temple. Those are the only 3 teams we have outside of the Big Ten. So really, our non-league games are going to be fights. I mean, obviously Kent State might be a game where we feel, we could try this or we could try that. But Pitt is going to be a fight, and we know Temple is going to be a fight. And then the next week after that, we're going to Michigan. So we do have, with a new offense, a new quarterback, a new coordinator, we don't have a lot of time to play around. We got to get right to it, and we got to get ready for the business because we're going against Pitt the next game, Temple, and then we got Michigan.
Yeah, well said, Yaacov. Because we actually went to practice yesterday, and you can see the enthusiasm of the players out there. You can tell they're ready to play. But when we were talking there, Yaacov, we talked about this schedule, and we mentioned about how to some of these teams like Kansas State, this is a bowl game for these guys. This is huge for them. These guys come in here thinking they get to play in front of a huge crowd. The nation's watching them, and this is their opportunity to, as you as an athlete, you think of, hey, this is an opportunity for me to stand out. And you can get a coach to get a team up like this. And we've seen it happen before. We're going back like almost 30 years, Stephanie. Remember when we played East Carolina? And at Beaver Stadium, we were handed it to us here at home. It was a disaster. And I don't think that's going to happen this week, but you got to be up for these games. You want to be ready to roll with something outside the box if you're up in the game. But man, you're right, Yaacov. Right from the start, we got to start establishing ourselves with the run, the pass, and the defense, and everybody stepping up. And if we're doing well, then you can break into some of that other stuff. But this is not an easy schedule, and everybody comes here and they want to beat us. And every coach is going to give that speech to get their guys motivated to get out there and let us have it. So this is a tough schedule, and the Big Ten's a tough conference. And we could, if we don't watch ourselves, and if we're not up for this, man, it could be a long season.
No, absolutely, and I think it's going to be, really up to, and that's why I look at Trace McSorley at how much is he going to be able to put in the way of leadership. And that's just something to be seen, like I said, because it's and again, let me be clear, fellas. Hackenberg do some big shoes to fill. That's basically what I'm saying. Can McSorley come in and fill those shoes? And like I said, on defense, what is it going to be with the Sickles? Like Garrett Sickles is the only returning defensive lineman coming back. But I know we had a rotation last year. I watched it. We had a rotation, and people got to play, and people got to do different things. What is it going to be? Our wide receivers or offense, I still don't know a better wide receiver trio around. I haven't seen it. And people have to also understand that Geno Lewis transferred. We lost Geno Lewis. He wasn't good. He graduated. He transferred. And then the DBs, Grant Hill and Marcus Allen and those different folks. And then you have Mark Allen, the other running back that people don't talk much about. He'll be ready to play as well this year. So, we have depth this year. I would say, Skip, we have depth of people. Mike Gesicki as the tight end. If we're able to spread the field or we're able to stretch the field with the tight end this year with some quick passes, we just have to do a lot of things well this year. Like you all were saying, we have folks. We want to continue to keep the talent going. As you know, the kicking game is going to be big. I don't know how that's going to go. We have a new punter, right? We have a guy that we didn't have before.
Right.
And then what's going to happen? Is your boy Super Toe, Joey Julius, is he back or what? Or who's doing? We need to know these different things, and it's going to really be about consistency. Because that's what it was. Like when we played teams like Rutgers and a lot of other folks, it was consistency. Against Temple, we were ready to blow them out, and we ended up getting smacked, because of one or two injuries. So I think the difference this year is we have the depth. And I think what's got to happen this year is they have to expect to do well. And I thought they did a good job making the people that are captains that they did make. I think Naeem and Brian and the other young man from special teams, I can't think of his name, number 25, they have the people that are back. But it's going to be, I think, all the teams that I know you all were on, Yaacov and Jimmy, is just the desire to win and expect to come out and win. I think that's where a lot of it's going to be. And like you said, Coach Franklin can take them to a certain point, but I think this is going to be a big year for him with the change in the coordinators. Because, the change of coordinators indicates you want to go in another direction. It needs to happen. Now we got to figure out, competing. What I see in a lot of the videos and the tweets is just competing. And that's why I think we're better. We're going to be able to compete a lot better.
Hey, big dude. Here's what I'm excited about. I don't really do, jump into the names and stuff like that, because here's what this reminds me of. When I was a young player, I went out there and I started playing as a redshirt freshman after Jason Wallace ended up breaking his foot and he was out for the season.
Yeah, I remember Jay Wild, big Chris.
Yeah, so listen, I go out there and I'm playing. Anthony Adams was my backup, right? On the right of me, I had Courtney Brown. Next to me, I had David Fleischauer. On the other defensive end, I had Justin Kapikis. Behind me, I had Matt Morrison, Brandon Short, and LeVar Arrington. Woo! David Macklin and James Boyd and all those guys, and Anthony King was in the secondary. But what happened was we had the number 1 and number 2 pick that year. Brandon was gone. Everyone was gone. And guess who was the only returning starter coming back? Me. Yeah. And everyone talked the same stuff about because guess what? Sandusky was gone. Now we got Tom Bradley. Scrap was our D coordinator. Everyone was worried about what was happening. And then as you was out there, guess what happened? You had a young Jimmy Kennedy emerge. You had a young Anthony Adams emerge. You had a young Michael Haynes emerge. You had Derek Toles at linebacker. You had Cameron down in Miami right now at linebacker. You had those guys out there. I remember playing the game, and like I was saying in the past, having LeVar tell me, screaming at me and saying, "Hey, listen, you're getting great push. I'm going to jump over your head and block this kick. Give me a good push." And then here it is the next year, I'm looking back at Cameron Wake, and I said, "Listen, whatever you do, just jump over my head. I promise you'll block the kick." You understand? You had those young guys who probably got a little bit of action last year, but now the confidence is built. You know what I'm saying? It's my defense now. You know what I'm saying? I was excited. I was like, "Oh man, this is what I work for." Here it is. I'm coming in as a redshirt sophomore, and I wasn't trying to make all Big Ten or nothing like that. I was trying to win. I was trying to just go put my name on, put my name out there. Let's get these wins. You know what I'm saying? And as we kept going and as we kept playing, guess what? Now you guys refer to me as, one of the best ones to play that position. Coming out of college. So let's just be patient. Because like I said, Kent State, you can't. Who we had? We had Southern Miss. In my first couple of games there, first 7 games. Who else we had? La Tech. My first game. La Tech. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And those boys played us hard. Oh, yeah. They played us hard, like you said, because first off, it's the first game jitters. It's a different jersey. It's a we might have a lot of penalties and so on, but we also have guys that you can count on. I went out there and looked at La Tech as a youngster, and I had 12 tackles. I just kept going. It just kept going. And we're going to have guys who are going to show up, who's going to stand up. I mean, it's a prideful group. And like I said, I love what Coach Franklin and those guys are doing out there. And I think we're going to – it's a tough schedule. It's a tough schedule. I just believe in these guys. I just believe – like I said, I don't see national champions and stuff like that, right now. But I think as we keep building, we can get this sophomore quarterback confidence and so on this first game, run the ball, have the running backs, get off to a good start, and just going out there playing as a team, because that's what it is. That's what it's about. One thing I did about ball.
Right.
Yeah, because that's what I missed when I was out there. It wasn't just, it wasn't like when I went out there. Like when I was the first round draft pick with the Rams, I felt like all the pressure was on me. I felt like I was the savior. I was supposed to come in there and score touchdowns, be on goal line defense, be on goal line offense. I felt like I was supposed to do everything. I'm the first round draft pick. But when I was in college, it was like, all right, listen, Justin, I got your back. You got my back. D-Toes, I got your back. You got my back. Cameron Wake, I got your back. You got my back. It was just, I sit back and I laugh because think about this. We lost Brandon Short. We lost Courtney Brown. We lost LeVar Arrington. We lost, Brad Scioli. All those guys. We lost those guys. And you know who their backers was? Tamba Ali, Derek Wake, Michael Haynes. We wasn't known coming back. We wasn't ranked that year. We was like, oh man, what we gonna do? And guess what? Mike went up there, co-Big Ten of the year, and everything else, and so on. Everyone went on to be first round draft picks and so on. We lost. We had Eric McCool. We lost Kurt Ennis and all those guys. We Jimmy Watson and all those guys. We lost a lot of good players, but guys, Larry Johnson stepped up. All those guys stepped up. I remember who we lost, Omar Easy and all those guys. We just kept losing people, and Cordell, and we came up there the next year, and us young guys had to make a name for ourselves. When it's all said and done, we still got people at home that's looking at us. We still have family, friends, loved ones, and we're still trying to make our mark on this game. So let's just be patient and watch and see where this thing goes.
Hey, Jimmy, I think you're right.
Jimmy,
you're right on.
Yeah, definitely on it. That's definitely on it. And to be honest with you, when you look at the national championship team that we had, we were independent then. I guess my difference is we were deeper than we thought. I mean, there were people that came and they recruited. They weren't all names, but they were all people. There was a time that season where you could put either the green offensive line in or the blue, or you could put the red defensive line in or the blue. They didn't, guess what? It wasn't any different. So it's not that people weren't bad. Like you said, it was everybody finding their role. And that's what I'm looking forward to as well. And I think when I'm saying it, I'm not even being critical. I guess we have to make sure that we pose the question on here about what to do, because we know when we were there, it was a whole different time. And I think what Yaacov is saying is, can they recreate that with the coaching staff? Other than even though Scrab was your new defensive coordinator, there wasn't a whole lot of change. What I'm saying is there's been change, and there's going to be, and that's why I said who is going to be that person. And that's why I keep talking about Kabinda from last year, because like you said, Kabinda wasn't even supposed to get run like that last year. And he ends up getting the most tackles on the team. So I'm definitely with you. I definitely think, like you said, the Kent State game, I'm excited. And I want to see the guys that we haven't heard about. I want to see who's next. And then how somebody comes back from an injury. How does Naheem or Warden White come back from an injury? And somebody who I think is underrated. I don't know what you think, Yaacov, as a defensive back. I think Grant Haley is severely underrated. This is a guy that can cover, he can tackle, he can return kicks. I just think he's one of the best around.
Yeah. No, and I wanted to jump in. I mean, we got a lot of variables right now. Like Jimbo said, we got some young guys that have a lot of potential. They were shown the right way. They seen the sieve, they seen Zettel. They saw how it was done right, so they could learn from that. I feel like we'll be better offensively on our offensive line. We also will have a better run game with Barkley. And, we'll have a better scramble game as well with McSorley, because we didn't really have a scramble game with Hackenberg. He had a nice arm, but as far as pressure, we really didn't have an answer for pressure. So I feel like this season we will at least have an answer for pressure. When we get pressure, McSorley I feel like will have the ability to get us back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe even get us a first down, or get us half of a first down. So, I feel like we do have a better Penn State team than we had last year overall.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So, I feel like we definitely have the ability to take it to the next level. But we just gotta get on the same page, and we just gotta get our momentum. We need something to show us, that this offense or that this defense is gonna be, and obviously we need to know that this is gonna be our coach. We're still trying to confirm that. We believe in Franklin. We like what he's doing. We like the effort. We like the timeless hours, working through the night, but we just want to make sure, that we get that first win with him, then we can all gravitate.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think you're right there. Now, there was one position you missed out on the offense that we didn't talk about yet, and we lost a guy here, and it's only because of public information, but Nick Bowers out of Katanning went down, and now we have the freshman, Danny Dalton, coming in for us, and he's going to have to step up because, we're one light now, about 20 pounds lighter as well at tight end. But, we need to use a tight end. And I think with this offense here, I think it'll be a good opportunity because, we can do well with a tight end throwing him the ball. And I hope these guys got some good hands. We need the running game. We got some guys with some speed, but we need to have a big guy can go up over the middle like that, or just go out there and sit and dump it off to him and pick up some yards. Because these guys, even if he gets out 5 yards and you get him the ball, with the size and strength they have, they can muscle ahead for another 5. And so I hope we use a tight end a lot this year, and it'll be interesting to see if Danny Dalton can, as a freshman, can step up here and fill those shoes because Nick Bowers is a pretty good sized guy, 6'4", 264. He's a good guy. And when I went to the scrimmage a couple of weeks ago, man, he was good. I was like, wow, this guy here's got some speed. He's where it's at. And then he went down. And he's out for the year. So, there's always going to be adjustments like that to make. But, the cool thing, too, about being in the position Penn State is, you flip that coin on the other side and Coach Franklin can go to the players and say, look, guys, nobody's believing in us. The media is all over the place. But you know what? Look at these teams. We have an opportunity to make a statement to Michigan. Okay? We have an opportunity to make a statement, especially with Ohio State and these other teams that think they're it. Michigan State. We're going to be able to go to Michigan, and these are the games you can get your guys up for. And if you get your guys up for, you flip it over just like the Kent State coach is going to do it with the players. Hey, this is your bowl game. Hey, guys, guess what? This game here is going to determine our bowl game. And you lead that to get the guys pumped up to get out there. And, you could come out with some big wins here with some of these teams that everybody thinks is it, and you knock one or two of them off, and we're looking for pretty nice here at the end of the season.
And, I think so. Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah, I wanted to make one thing clear for the record because, the past, 3 years we had Hackenberg. He was the quarterback, and everything. We were supporting him, but at the same time, his freshman year, he had a very strong offensive line, and when he went from his sophomore to his junior year, he didn't really have a strong offensive line. So, with that being said, we have to realize that Hackenberg was built for an offensive line. If the offensive line is not there, Hackenberg, his play would struggle. But what we have now is more geared towards, if our offensive line isn't as good, we still have a quarterback that can make something happen. But at the same time, we have a better offensive line. So, we do have a lot of things offensively this year that I feel will be better than it was last year, but, at the same time, we got to develop, but I'm just pointing that out to say that I'm very optimistic for this year. I feel like, we will be a better offensive line than we were last year. And also we will be in better position if the offensive line breaks down. We will be in better position to get out of that and get into maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe getting a couple yards or getting the first down.
Right. Well,
You know what I love about this game, especially when I played ball at Penn State. As a backup, we always watch the guy in front of us. Like you said, those guys had good leaders and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Even though Hackenberg and those guys, they left. Austin and those guys left. There was a backup that was sitting in the film room watching those guys make their mistakes and so on. And there's a guy in the room, no matter what position, that's saying that I could do that and I could do that better.
Right.
We all,
oh, yeah.
just because, Hackenberg and those guys, left, the next guy up, you remember the confidence we all played on this field. We all had that confidence, that swagger when we know it's our time. Mm-hmm. When it's our time and we know, a D tackle's leaving. He's graduating. He's gone. I'm there. I knew I knew David Feithouse was leaving. I knew, Jason Wallace broke his foot his senior year. I knew he wasn't coming back. I'm listening to you guys talk about tight ends and stuff like that, and in my head I go back to when I played. I remember we was losing Concho Brown. I remember, Tony Stewart emerged and Garrett and those guys, I remember it's just young guys that just have to step up, and I'm excited to see that right now. I'm excited, I'm excited to see it against competition. Because whether win, lose, or draw, whatever, it's still going to build confidence. It's still going to be game experience. It's still going to help us to continue to grow. Right. After everything that we went through the last few years, I'm impressed with the new coaches that came in, because I want people that want to be there. When we had, the head coach at the Texans, when we had him, I just knew he was just using Penn State as a stepping stone. I don't question Coach Franklin. I don't question his motives. I actually like the fact that he went out and got new guys. Because you want guys that want to be there. You want guys that want to get back to the culture. You want guys that's going to change the culture and now put that mark back on, put that mark back out there. Penn State football, not just linebacker you and everything else. When I went to Penn State, we wasn't just known as linebacker you. Don't get me wrong. I knew defensively that, the ball went around the linebackers and they got all the recognition and so on. But I also knew that they was a smash mouth. Kurt Enos and those guys are going to run the ball down your throat. You know what I'm saying? I knew the Collin boys and everything else. Oh, yeah. When I watched back then, it was like, oh, man, I got to go here. I have to go here because they're going to smack you in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And I like the potential going forward, man.
Right. Hey, well, gentlemen.
Go ahead, Skip.
Hey, gentlemen, we're down to 7 minutes. The fast hour college football, and we got to get some. We got to get some picks in here, man.
I thought. Hey, listen, we lost 15 minutes, Skip. Man, I would have shut up, man. I thought we had another 15 minutes.
We're good. Hey, we can get it done in 5. All right, but I got this week's schedule up here. But before we get to that, though, and I want us to be able to also do this. Let's do our picks. I got a chart. We're gonna keep score, guys.
Thank you.
This year we'll see how we all wind up, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we were pretty good last year. We were.
We did good.
Yeah, we did good. But I want to run down some predictions first of all for national championship. Who do you guys got?
Oh my goodness, Skip! That's jumping way ahead, man. I'll let y'all answer first on that one.
Everybody's got somebody in mind who they think's gonna run with it, but who do you think's gonna win it this year?
Man, Skip, man, you're rough, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to say I got 2 in mind. I'm gonna say either Alabama or Clemson. If Clemson could handle the pressure, I like what they look like.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, I tell you what, I'm almost on the same page with you. But my upset for the national championship this year is going to be Florida State. That's who I'm picking. I think people are sleeping on Florida State. I know Clemson. I think Florida State beats Clemson in a big game. I see Florida State winning the ACC this year. People think I'm crazy. Hey man, Alabama should win it. Alabama should win it. I don't think anybody can beat Alabama. Florida State people are sleeping on.
Okay, so
anybody that's picked preseason #1, man, watch out for that. Not too many people stay there.
Okay, so you got FSU and the Tide playing for it, huh? Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Okay, good call. All right.
I'm gonna jump in there. Now, ideally, my first step would be I would like to see Penn State beat either Iowa, Michigan State, Michigan, or Ohio State. That would be my first. You know, that's my first goal, is to see us beat a team that we are not projected to beat. That is my first goal.
Okay.
You know, we have 8 other games. We got Minnesota. We got Rutgers, Maryland. You know, Pitt, Temple, Kent State. You know, let's beat those teams that we feel we can beat. But I like to see us be in the game, or if not in the game, at least win one of those 4. I would like to see us make some progress with Iowa, Ohio State, Michigan State, and Michigan. We have got to show something there. But at the same time, though,
national championship. What do we got?
At the same time, national champion. I gotta go with Saban. I think Saban is the guy right now. You know, I would say, I would go with Saban.
I'm going Saban only because they ended up going to get Carl Dunbar, and he was like the closest thing to Coach Johnson. Carl Dunbar, the D-line coach who was with the Vikings when we had the Williams Wall, Kevin Pat. Then he also went out to the Jets and had Wilkerson and those boys playing. And the fact that they went and got him, and he's not at Alabama working with that defensive line, I think that's going to be key this year. I think they got it.
Okay, we're down to 3 minutes. I'm picking the Tide and FSU. I'm with you, big dude, but I think the Tide's going to win it. All right, real quick, guys. Let's run.
Wow.
We're going to run through this first week here real fast. We got tomorrow night the Indiana Hoosiers and the Golden Panthers. Who do we got?
The Golden Panthers. Who's that?
FIU.
I'll go with Indiana. I'll go with Indiana.
Indiana.
Okay.
Indiana.
We're across the board on that one. Okay, then we got Oregon State and Minnesota.
I got Minnesota. Watch out for them.
I'll go Minnesota.
Okay, Jimmy.
I mean, they did lose their offensive coordinator because we got them here. They did lose their O-line coach because we got them here now. We got the O-line coach from Minnesota.
Okay.
So
but
I'm still with Minnesota.
Okay, well, we're all across the board of that. We're winding down faster, guys. And we got Friday, we got Michigan State playing the, what do you call this? The Furman Palladians? Never heard
Michigan State.
That's across the board. All right. Hey, then we got Hawaii and Michigan.
Michigan.
We're all across
the game is in Michigan, all right?
No, it's in Hawaii.
I gotta go Hawaii. I might have to go Hawaii.
Okay, all right. Jimmy got that. Everybody else thinks Michigan, right? Okay. Hey, then we got Bowling Green and Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Across the board. Okay. We got Eastern Kentucky and Purdue. Anybody taking Eastern Kentucky?
I think Purdue's going to be good. Not great, but they'll be good. They're good enough.
All right. Then we got Western Michigan and Northwestern.
Northwestern's good.
Everybody's Northwestern?
Yeah.
Okay, we're across the board of that one. We're moving along fast. We got Maryland and the Howard Bison. I think that's. I think we're all.
I'm going Howard Bison.
Oh, are you serious?
The home of Center County this morning from 6 to 9 a.m. Jerry Fisher. WALS Belmont State College, the voice of Center County.
One sec, guys. Hold on.
Fox News Radio. I'm Kathleen Maloney. Donald Trump is expected to clarify his immigration policy tonight.
In the past couple of weeks, Donald Trump expressed a possible willingness to work with some of the undocumented, have them pay back taxes, and focus on deporting criminals first. Some of his supporters began to question his campaign pledge to deport all undocumented immigrants. Before his immigration speech in Phoenix, he took a surprise trip to Mexico to meet with President Enrique Peña Nieto, striking a more inclusive tone.
There are many improvements that could be made that would make both Mexico and the United States
Maryland Terrapins and the Howard Bison coming up next with the Rutgers and Washington Huskies.
We have tremendous competition from China.
I like Washington on that
one. Fox's
You know what? Rutgers has got a new coach, man. I don't know what they have.
Would not pay for that border wall. Race for the White House is looking closer in the latest Fox News poll.
It's narrow.
Yeah, I think you're all right.
We have a 6-point spread today, down from a 10-point spread a month ago.
But Fox News director of polling, Dana Blanton, says more voters trust Clinton than Trump on terrorism by a 3-point margin. And the two candidates tied.
I think I'm going to go Illinois. I think
is turning off Florida's Gulf Coast and getting stronger.
Now, look though. One thing I will say about Illinois, I'm from Chicago. They got Lovey Smith.
Meteorologist Dennis Felton with the National Hurricane Center. The storm is expected to slam into Florida's Gulf Coast late tomorrow, then threaten the coastal Carolinas this weekend. Hawaii's Big Island is bracing for now tropical storm Madeline. You're listening to Fox News Radio.
Lovey, I think, is going to get a lot of talent out of Chicago. I have to say that.
All right.
Hiring people is probably the worst part of the job. It's such a hassle, though, sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 100+ job boards, all the top sites.
All the candidates came to my dashboard. It's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I like them. Thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments. Printing up docs. Phone calls. None of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week.
If you're looking for a position of 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter. And your job is just one click away from 100+ job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio. ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio.
The Supreme Court deals a blow to North Carolina's voter identification requirement. Court refusing to reinstate a strict voting law. It means voters.
I don't know, man. I like
one of several.
I'm hearing that what's his name? That J.J. Watt and Wilson gonna play that game.
The decision also will be 17 days instead of just.
I like the Big Ten, though. I
wooing
like
Republicans and independents at the American Legion Convention.
I think listen, I like LSU over Florida State, so I'm going to have to go LSU.
About America's leadership role in the world.
And then, of course, we got Nebraska and Fresno State. That would be kind of interesting.
That's
a late game, 8 o'clock kickoff.
An indispensable.
Nebraska is so doggone inconsistent. There's another team with great athletes. The quarterback, Tommy Armstrong, I think is an NFL-ready quarterback and could do well.
But like you said, are they going to play together?
Nebraska,
today Clinton received the endorsement of
for me, I'm not knocking them, but I think all of them. I don't really know a lot of standout Nebraska football players.
President Obama taking a swipe
at only a couple of them that were this solid.
The difficulty of
Well, it's different. Going to the Big Ten has improved. And to be honest with you, it's a different program, man. It's just people who are actually doing good in school and all that. So I would say this Bell kid that they had last year that went to the NFL is going to be good. But I think when you look at Tommy Armstrong, number 4, their quarterback, I think he's one of the best around. I think Tommy Armstrong gets the done for him on
speaking at the annual Lake
back in the day,
Successful Motors is
they had Frost and everyone else to the front.
A few weeks that
Mike Rozier,
Kathleen,
I am hit.
Fox News Radio.
Back, man.
Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
Including sunshine today. Our temperature around 85. There will be a couple of showers in the area.
And these players are the ones that are not going to be eligible. Some of them. The things happened, the rules started changing. Yeah, things are different. You got to get there, and Nebraska is graduating athletes, which is great. But they're not getting the football players. They just aren't because there's so many choices.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess we're all on board with Nebraska for that one.
Nebraska.
And of course, the game here that we all look forward to seeing is Penn State, Kent State. Is anybody picking Kent State? That's probably the question to ask.
No.
Yeah, we're across the board of that.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I would say with Kent State is they do have a defense that has notability. He's ranked 7th in the nation, and then they do have a safety that's ranked 4th in the nation. So I do think defensively will probably be our toughest challenge, but obviously I think overall we'll be fine. But I do think they will try to put up a fight with their DN and their safety. I think they will put up a fight, but other than that, I feel like we will be over top.
Okay, one other prediction.
Yeah, I'm not knocking them, but I see the game being over by halftime.
Oh yeah, I'm with you, Jimmy. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, our running game is just too much for him this year. Yeah. Again, our offensive line, it's not the same as before, man. I think this is where I agree with Jimmy. I mean, even they made offensive linemen out of some of those guys, and I think they are players now. You know what I mean? And they took their licks, and I think that they had a great off season. Now we should be okay in this particular football game. I really think so.
All right, another prediction, and we'll wrap it up here tonight. Who's going to win the Big Ten?
I love to say Penn State, but I think Ohio State.
Jimmy, we got you.
I tell you, it's going to be a tough one, man. When we look at it, man, I think Harbaugh is going to. I think he's going to pull it out. I think this is a guy. And I think that he did good with the recruiting. They paid this man $50 million. I don't think he was paid $50 million to lose, man. I'm going to go with Michigan.
Wow. Okay, big dude.
Michigan at the gate. I ain't going Michigan.
Wow. I'm going with Michigan. My thing is, Michigan's not going to be great in the beginning. At the end of the season, like I said, they're going to be very good at the end of the season.
Hey,
they're going to win it with one loss.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel where you're coming from, but Ohio State already, of course, they got the ring already, so I'm gonna give them.
Yeah, but I think all that. I give Ohio State great respect, and I'm not telling you that Michigan is going to win outright. Again, the thing we got to remember is with college football, man, it's about where people are at the end, who gets through injuries. Ohio State's coaching is great. We all know what they have over there, man. They got one of our. So I don't want to go against Ohio State, and I don't want to go against Coach Larry Johnson at all. What I'm talking about is what we have going here at the end, and I think that, Michigan just is one of those schools. They keep getting better and better and better. So, and I think certainly in terms of a coach, if there's anybody else that's not afraid of Urban Meyer and what they have, it's him. It's Harbaugh. I got to give it to him. Got to give him the respect. I mean, listen, Ohio State has the legacy, and so does Michigan. But I think we'll see what happens this year. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. I want to go with Michigan.
Okay. Hey, Yaacov, who do you got?
Well, I mean, I'm with Big Dude. I think Michigan is probably one of the. I mean,
have a heart. We're all Letterman, man. Come on, we're all Letterman, man.
I'm with you. But look though, Michigan though, they are a team where they haven't been good in the past, but they are dangerous though. Like Ohio State,
they're gonna invite y'all to the sideline game when they win it. If they do.
Yeah, I mean,
get out there.
And look, Harbaugh. One thing I will say about Harbaugh is he is trying to change the game as far as recruiting. Like he's trying to make all the coaches get up to his level, or else they're gonna get left in the dust. So
I mean, I agree with that.
He has an agenda, and I feel like we have got to prove ourselves against Michigan. I mean, that will be our first true test. I feel we got Kent State, we got Penn, we got Temple, but at Michigan, that's gonna let us know exactly what we need to know.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting call. But I'll tell you how it's going to play out here. I think it's going to be with Jimmy. It's OSU. I'm with Jimmy. They just have it.
Yeah.
They just have it. You know, they got the machine. It's like Alabama. You know, they got a machine, and they just keep feeding it. And I think you're.
Listen, their quarterback is great. Their defense is okay. Defense is good. All right. The quarterback is great. That's what's going to be the issue this year, to see what Barrett does. Yeah. Barrett and that offensive line, and their defense is good.
Yeah.
Good. Not great this year, but good.
Yeah. Well, don't rule out Michigan State too with an upset. But
I'm not ruling them out. I think this is going to be the most highly contested Big Ten we've ever seen. I really believe that.
I think you're right.
I think that all the teams have improved, and there's going to be some upsets that, hey, we're going to be wrong about. That's what I mean.
And we want
the Big Ten, like I said.
We want Penn State to be one of them. We want Penn State to be one of them, knocking them guys off. I mean, we're going to have great opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Any parting comments, gentlemen? We ran a little
bit. One thing I will say, though, I think that is to our advantage is that we have a new offensive coordinator. They've never seen our offense before. So as far as preparation, you know, I feel like this is our chance to get in there and beat one of those big teams, because I feel like once they kind of get a feel for what we're doing and who we got and all that other stuff, I think it'll be a little harder. But this year, I feel like teams are not going to know where we're coming from, what we got, what we're going to do. And if we can get one of those four, like Iowa, Michigan State, Michigan, Ohio State, I think this is a year we can sneak one of those teams.
I hope we do, man. It'll be great to see it happen. It'll be great to see it happen.
I got my money on my guys. I think they're going to do good, regardless. I think they're going to get at least two of them.
I think
that would be nice. That would be nice.
So. And you know, this year is kind of unique too for us here at Lions Live. You know, starting Fridays, folks, if you come into State College, for the home games, we'll be on Fridays from 5 to 7. We're part of the PA Sports Network now, so we'll be broadcasting live there for all the home games from 5 to 7. You can pick us up on local radio here at State College, but actually statewide, we're part of a syndicated network now. So we'll be there with Jed Donahue, partner with him. So it should be a lot of fun for some home games. So if you're going to be around, stop in and see us. And of course, we're always streaming live here on lionslive.com. But that's going to be a lot of fun, guys, this year with some opportunities like that to get some more people finding us out there and picking us up on Wednesday nights as well.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to getting out and seeing what it's all about this year.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, any parting comments for the fans out there? We can sign it off here tonight.
No, I just want to say that this year, I'm looking forward to a great year, and it's a blessing for me to be with you gentlemen on the show. And I think the thing I love about with us is we talk about football and things, and people would. You know, it's about having those conversations, man, about how you continue to build something up. I think that's what Jimmy was talking about.
Yeah. Getting
back to that program, I don't know just what he's talking about. I think we have to get ourselves to the point where we feel good about whoever is going to be playing. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing. So I'm with, definitely Jimmy on and Yaacov on about who's next man up. And we were all taught that, and I don't think that a lot of people know what that is. I've coached even some of these other men, and I know it was a different level of football, Jimmy, but nobody wanted to be next man up. And the whole point is, like you said, can everybody do their part? Like you said, to people who are playing, to what we used to call it, to the foreign team, and to everybody else.
Yeah.
And the foreign team, we took on, we would see our defensive line destroy people. And I felt like, for example, I was a big part of that. When I started off my freshman year on a foreign team, hey, it was an honor to see you do what you got to do, make your guy work, want to fight you, and all those things. And you felt like you're doing the same thing to him. So I would say, like you said, Jimmy, great stuff, new locker room, great rewards. I think the better reward is, though, finding out how you can play as a team to have an outstanding season. And then we don't know what an outstanding season is going to result in, but I feel really good about this year and feel really good about what we can do.
We'll see.
And one more thing I would like to mention. We talked about, we have this, this new, well, not new, but we had this improved offensive line. We have an offensive line from last year that has been improved. We noticed the 1-0 tackle that was a JUCO player didn't get the starting look this season. So that kind of tells us, we do have an improved offensive line. And I would like to throw a shout out because I did meet the guy, Michael Manette. He is a true freshman. He is on the second string team right now at offensive guard. So I would like to just throw a shout out to him because, I do feel like offensive line wise, we will have a better team. And, I'm curious and I'm interested to see which one of those guys step up and which one of those guys can lead us to, where we're trying to get to. So I just want to throw a shout out to Michael Manette from Exeter. He'll be a true freshman this year. And I met him a couple times. And, I'm looking forward to seeing, what our offensive line can do. Because we did substitute the rook or the JUCO from last year. He's not starting this year.
Palmer. Yeah, Palmer. But
he's not starting this year. So to me, that tells me that our offensive line has improved. So I'm looking forward to seeing a better offense, a better offensive line, this season.
Awesome. Hey, well, Yaacov, we want to all wish you well in coaching here with some high school ball on a Friday. I'm actually doing it every night. It's a 7-day-a-week job is what you're
here.
So we want to wish you some well and some stamina because you got to carry a lot of weight and you got to do a lot of running here during the weekend. And we're just glad you can be here with us on a Wednesday night. And I know we're going to miss you Fridays here just this season. Hopefully next year you'll be back. We can pick up more. But we want to wish you and your football team well. So if you want to have any comments, what team you're coaching this year?
I'm at Lion Mountain. Not sure how familiar, but if you look at Simmons Grove or Susquehanna University, there's a river right there, Susquehanna. We're on the other side of the river, and it's Lion Mountain. We're AA. We won 3 games last year, so we're looking to rebuild. Got a lot of potential. We play Millersburg this Friday. But I want to throw one more shout out with John Gilmore and his guy because he's from Reading area and he has this guy on our team now, Manette from the Reading area. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. And then also I'm looking forward to seeing what our high school team can do.
Awesome. Well, we wish you all the best. And Jimmy, I can't say how thankful I am to have you be part of Lions Live and picking up the anchor job here and running us forward. It's going to be a great season here with you as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. You guys are a great bunch, so I'm happy I can be a part.
Awesome. Hey, we're going to sign off here, but on behalf of Big Dude Stephen Davis, Yaacov Yisrael, and the great one, Jimmy Kenny, my name's Skip Rallis. Thanks for joining us on Lions Live. We'll look forward to catching you here on Friday night from 5 to 7 here at the Giant State College for the simulcast. So be sure to join us. Have a great night, folks, and Lord bless.
Pumpkin spice latte, and it legit has a verified Twitter account. So you can talk to the real pumpkin spice latte, and it's a chat account. You can talk to a drink. I mean, I get that some people really like the pumpkin spice latte. Everything's pumpkin. They have like I think pumpkin dog treats now. I mean, everything's pumpkin. I wouldn't be surprised if there were like pumpkin, tampons or something. I mean, everything's pumpkin. Just cinnamon, pumpkin, whatever. Sometimes you get pumpkined.